Alright guys, Red here, welcome to Red's Resort. Today we're going to be talking about the HCS Voicepacks and Starfield. The guys over at HCS have recently released a video that touched on their plans for future integration into Starfield. If you don't know what HCS is, it's basically a voice control plugin that uses a program called Voicepacks to change your speech into keyboard and mouse input. Many people have used this in the sim community, including myself, for various games including DCS, Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen and Flight Simulator etc. It's a great way to boil down a lot of the more complicated flight controls into a simpler command, and provided your partner isn't asleep in the bedroom behind you somewhere, it gives you an extra bit of control and also immersion as you interact with an AI persona to access the ship systems and manage the available resources.
Crewman Callisto,
Commander.
dismiss the ship.
Complying.
Departure procedures initiating. Orbital navigation guidance system online.
The AIs were generally superbly voiced by very talented people, and some very well-known names took time to sit in the studio and record lines of dialogue for the programme. These include Brian Blessed, Brent Spiner, William Shatner, to name only a few. The video released by HCS basically went over how although we generally still don't know how the control interface will function for Starfield, it shouldn't be too great a leap to imagine that integration should be pretty straightforward. It was shown that if whilst on foot a radio menu is used, then there are ways to make use of that in Voicepacks. If you can select from the inventory with single key presses however, then this would also work and in fact would be more efficient to perform for the programme. For flying around in space, or in space combat, if there are any kind of defensive capabilities or power management required, HCS would also serve well here too. Maybe switching between targeting options, weapons or bringing online systems used for high speed travel. This sounds like a really great idea, and I do really hope HCS get involved with this. It sounds like it would be really fun to play around with and tailor to your own spacefaring preferences. One more thing I will say is that HCS recently announced that their packages for Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous were normally available across both games, as in if you bought it for one, it was also operational with the other game. As of August the 1st however, that will no longer be the case, so if you already make use of this service, then any pack you bought before then will always have the ability to switch between games. But after August the 1st, you will have to purchase them both separately. So if you did ever have plans for the voice packs for Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous, now would be the best time. As for Starfield, my assumption would be that any new profiles created would be built from the ground up for Starfield specifically, and would require a new investment on your part, which is pretty fair in my opinion. If you're interested in more info on this, I'll leave a link to the HCS YouTube channel below for you to go and check out their products. As we all wait in anticipation for Starfield to release, it's nice to start thinking of how the details of control interfaces and mods can improve the experience. The ultimate question of flight stick support remains unanswered to my knowledge, which casts a bit of a shadow, but it may in the end prove trivial, especially as support for things like that may end up getting modded in within weeks. If I hear anything along these lines, you can be sure I'll bring it to your attention. I will likely cover many other mods that will be available, so stay tuned for that. If this video was helpful, remember like and subscribe. Remember there's a Patreon. 07 guys.